He'd rather look outside than watch this wrestling match.
Enjoy the show.
Good morning, YouTube. It's Classic 1333 here, coming to you live from my car. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm going to work right now. For those of you that are curious where I work at a restaurant. I'm a cook in the kitchen, but I'm actually more of a pseudo-cook, a false cook, because I really don't cook anything. I make salads, I put sandwiches together, I melt cheese on shit. So I'm really not a cook, but I'm a pseudo-cook. But I do know how to cook a few things there, though, so not too bad. So, okay, so this isn't really like a wrestling video. I'm going to talk about a concert I went to Friday night. There was a concert in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It was called at a club called Pierre's, and my girlfriend and I went to this concert, and we saw the main event. The headliner for the show was Killswitch Engage. Chimaria was also there, and Lacuna Coil was there, and there was an opening. I was waving to somebody I drove past. There was some opening band that played too, but I don't remember who they were. But yeah, so I mean, this concert I went to was fun, but I was very disappointed with the one band I wanted to see. I mean, I liked seeing Killswitch and Chimaria, but Lacuna Coil was specifically like the one band I really wanted to see the most at this show. And my girlfriend and I got there a little bit late, thanks to the directions off. There's another person I waved to. So we got there a little bit late because of the directions off freaking Google or MapQuest or whatever, which was kind of surprising actually because like usually they're pretty good with their directions, but I remember like we got there and I saw this one road and I was like, yeah, this road really looks familiar, but for some reason it really looked familiar, but I couldn't figure out why. And then later we were driving down like the road, the original directions to find the place, and I was like looking, and we didn't see it, and I was like, you know, I think that road looks so familiar because that's where I had to turn or something. I think I had to turn right on that road for some reason. So we turned around, drove back, and I turned left, which I'm actually doing right now on my driving. So we went back around, turned left, and sure enough, we found the place. So it's kind of weird how that all looked familiar like that. So we got there at probably like after the first band played. I don't know how many songs the first band played, and I really don't remember their name. You know, I'm guessing there was a local band because I never heard of them before. So, but Lacuna Coil opens up or whatever, and originally before I went to see them, my thought was like, you know, because they just released a new CD called Shallow Life, and the CD, like, it's okay, but it kind of sucks compared to their other ones. Like, it's got some good songs on it, but it's not like it's heavy, you know, if you're like into more of like heavy rock music and stuff, you know, it's not like that. So my fear, I was kind of like, oh great, half their show is going to be, you know, new stuff, and then half their show is not going to be new stuff. So, but there wasn't much of a show. They played 6 songs, and that was it, 6 songs. They played 4 off Karma Code, and they played 2 new songs off their CD. Off Karma Code, they played Fragile, To the Edge, Our Truth, and no, not Our Truth, the wrestler. What was the last song? I think it was like Invisible Light or something. It's one of the more last tracks on the Karma Code CD. And then off their new CD, they played Spellbound, and they played, I can't think of the track name, but it's like the 3rd track on Shallow Life. So that's like all they played. Like, and then like they were done, and then I look at my girlfriend and I'm like, did they just play 6 songs and that was it? So it was a nice 6-song suck fest from them. So I'm kind of disappointed with that band right now because, you know, I was looking forward to their new CD and it wasn't that good, and then they only have like a 6-song suck fest or whatever at this show. So, I mean, obviously I don't know if, you know, the Pierre's only said like, okay, you can only play like 25 minutes, or if they only wanted to play 25 minutes, but it seems kind of shitty that they'd only be able to play 25 minutes because I went to a concert there a couple years ago. They were the headliner of the show, But there were two other bands that played, and the other bands must have played at least like 40 to 45 minutes, you know. So it was kind of shitty about that. So they were done, and then this other band named Chimaria played it behind them. I've got a couple Chimaria CDs, but I'll be honest, I'm not really like too familiar with them. So yeah, I've got a shitload of CDs I have some, but they weren't bad though. I actually enjoyed their show more than I enjoyed Lacuna Coil's show because they played more songs. They played like 8 or 9 songs, and that's what I'm saying though. They probably played like a good 40 to 45 minutes, so, you know, why did Lacuna Coil only play like 25 minutes, you know? Stupid. So, this crowd was very, very violent too, by the way. This crowd I was at, there were like mosh pits, like all over the place. So there weren't any during Lacuna Coil, but when Chimaria started playing, there were mosh pits going. And kind of funny, but I felt sorry for like whoever got hit with this thing. There was this trash can that was like right next to us on the side, and someone picked this trash can up and just chucked it like over at the crowd over there. So like someone was probably, you know, rocking and having a good time, and suddenly this fucking trash can just bam right nails them in the head or something. It was crazy. It was cool though. It was crazy and cool, but I'm happy that wasn't me getting hit with that trash can. So yeah, so Chimaria played for 45 minutes, and I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know any songs off the top of my head by them, but they were pretty good. I enjoyed them. And then there was a long break. Oh, and one thing that was funny too was when there were like, you know, the guys that like tune the instruments, check, you know, the mics to make sure everything's working. This one guy was like, check 1 2, hey yeah, check 3 4, hey yeah, or something. So we were making fun of him in the crowd. We were chanting hey yeah at him and stuff. It was funny. So so we go back to Killswitch Engage. Like, they were the main event of the show, and they were awesome. They played like probably 12 songs, and then when they were done playing, you know, we were like, encore, encore, and then they came out and played one more song. So, and the crowd was very violent for them. There were like probably twice as many mosh pits, twice as much crowd surfing and stuff. So, metalheads are funny at concerts. They're very like violent, like with their mosh pits and stuff. You know, like they'll be shoving each other everywhere and stuff. But then like when you get knocked down, they'll pick you up and stuff. So they're very violent but very friendly. It's kind of weird. So I don't know too many of the songs Killswitch played. Like, again, I'm familiar with like one of their CDs, like one of their first CDs. I think it's called End of Heartache. I think that's the name of the CD, but that's like the one CD I'm familiar with, and they played like a few songs off there. They played like 5 off there, I think. They played Rose of Sharon, When Darkness Falls. I can't think of the name of that one song. It's like one of their famous ones. That song that's like, this distance. Yeah, like that song. It's a great song. So they played like 13 songs, and I really enjoyed their show. So yeah. So otherwise, like, to sum up the concert, I'm just about at work. So I drive about 10 minutes to work or so. So sum up the concert. It was fun. I had a great time. I'm disappointed with Lacuna Coil's 6-song suckfest. And I'm thinking about boycotting the band for 6 months. You know, 6 months suckfest. Okay, 6-month boycott. And yes, I like their music, but I'm thinking about doing that. So what do you guys think I should do? Do you think I should boycott their music?